In the last, you guys know the point I'm trying to make.
Nigga,
bro.
no.
Show me a team that didn't either team.
She feeling saucy, I'm feeling sturdy. I got a 4-piece, up in the 30. They tryna hold me, she like Curry. They feeling salty, I'm feeling sturdy.
Who else looking good, man? Who else looking good?
Big thing, how you feel about Paul George's extension and his performance in the season opener and his performance today?
See, people gonna say the Lakers didn't play hard. I'm gonna say they tried it, but they knew they wasn't having a night and they let it go. Paul George fried their ass, cooked their ass. I seen because I was in a hotel and I turned the game on around like the third quarter, and they sat Kawhi down and let PG go loose. And boy, I don't even think did Kawhi even come back in because PG went loose on their ass, and Bron couldn't do shit, and he guarded Bron. He didn't shy away from guarding Bron either.
I think that like everybody, we kind of forget that Paul George is still really a really good basketball player. Like the whole playoff P thing, and he suffers from that Kyrie Irving syndrome, right? Where it's like, if this nigga just shut up, would know that, yo, he's really good at basketball and he doesn't say really stupid shit. Like, Dame Lillard or, anybody else who we all like because they're normal people. But yeah, Paul George is really good. Nothing really changed. The Lakers, they got their rings. Who cares? They won that night regardless.
In fact, you're only as good as your last win.
Yeah.
I don't believe that, because we have seen Paul George in the regular season perform very well on each and every team, and then it comes to playoff time and he hasn't shown up to the moment, which sucks because that used to be my man's before he hit the side of the backboard. So now we see Paul George balling out in the season opener where niggas just getting their rings. They're not even thinking about the game. It's not even that serious. This ain't playoff Bron. This ain't playoff Lakers. This ain't playoff moment. This is just a regular exhibition. And this is when Paul George chooses to show up. So I don't know what the hell is going on with Paul George, but I just know that this shit does not matter. This shit does not change what he has done in the playoffs, and he needs to wait for his moment in the offseason, not the offseason, the playoffs, to show up. Because right now, that shit is bullshit. I'm not buying it. I want to see it when it really happens.
So question real
2K
quick.
boost.
So before the bubble, if the bubble never happened, you don't think they would have did more damage in the playoffs?
No.
They would have spent more time together playing into the playoffs? You don't think they would have been better?
No.
Kawhi and PG?
No.
Well, we see.
Hold on.
You got to stop it.
Let me give my answer.
That bubble affected a lot, man. It affected the rhythm, everything. It affected
Well, remember
a lot.
too, even before the bubble, there was special treatment happening for Kawhi and Paul George that players
as it should
that they didn't deserve.
Did you not see the Last Dance?
Yes.
I'm tired of.
Every time they showed Jordan, he had a beer in his hand.
Yeah, but remember, MJ was winning. MJ was doing things. Paul George ain't do shit MJ did.
Yo, listen. Stop this now. Let's not ever fucking say MJ and Paul George in the same conversation, unless he had on a pair of unless he had on a pair of Jordans. Paul George fucking sucks. That's the bottom line. He needs to shoot more jump shots. He need to get in the gym. He had one good game that meant absolutely nothing. It's the first game of the season. It's not playing for any implications. It's a warm up, motherfucker. You need to get better. I want to see consistency.
Who taught Bron how to win?
Himself.
He had to go to Miami to win. Who taught Bron how to win?
Pat Riley, I guess.
Wade taught Bron how to win, bro.
I think losing taught LeBron how to win.
Wade taught. Yeah, you're right. Losing made him go to Miami and get up with Wade, and Wade said, "Yo, bro, let me show you what it takes to do this right here."
That's what taught LeBron how to win. Right. He fucking was a loser, and he never been a loser because he always been the best player. So he conjured up a scheme to become a winner.
Bro, he was losing since he came in the league.
Don't have no help. Like
he was losing since he came.
Come on, I don't want to have this conversation, man.
This slander isn't gonna get off. I'm not
saying he don't have no help. This nigga goes and gets Shaq.
Yo, boy, they lost to the Spurs. Nigga, Shaq was old as shit.
Yo, I don't give a fuck. This nigga always
Wasn't
gets
this
his
Shaq on
way.
a surgically repaired ankle or some weird
Yo,
shit?
that's
Like, come on, man.
crazy.
No, that's Shaq in Boston.
Yo,
That's
he
you
was
thinking.
barely-
Shaq said he
was-
gave them their money back. Shaq said
Yeah.
this is how bad Shaq was. He said I gave them all their money back because I felt bad taking it because I
Shit
didn't earn
crazy.
that money. I was ring chasing. He
Shit
gave
crazy.
he gave those teams their money back from those contracts.
The fuck is Bron supposed to do with that? Against the Spurs?
Win.
Yeah,
He's
listen.
supposed to win. He's supposed to be the greatest player of all time. So we
Against the
gonna knock
Spurs?
PG for going like so. PG didn't learn how to win yet. He's learning how to win. It takes
PG
time.
is still learning
But
how to
he's
fucking
running
play
out of
basketball,
time.
bro.
Hot shit to shit.
Bro.
It's one thing.
Paul George is still learning how to fucking play basketball. If he's fucking shooting shots and they're hitting the side of the backboard,
So we
that
gonna
just
see.
happened a couple weeks ago.
Yo, E, if your
Yeah.
Miz is in the league and that
Yeah.
nigga is a superstar, he's supposed to be the man. He's emerging as one of the best players in the league, and that nigga
Yeah.
hit the side of the backboard in a highly pressured game. What is you finna say?
And he's got a fucking co-supermax contract.
This is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say the only team I seen in this last decade win without a vet on their team was Golden State with Clay and Draymond.
They had a vet, Sean
They
Livingston.
had.
Well,
a lot
if you
of-
want to count
Andre
Sean
Iguodala?
Livingston as a vet, you're right. So we can't even say that then. So then
Sean
I would
Livingston
think
was a vet.
so. But the Iguodala win a ring before he get there.
No, but he still was
No,
a
he was
vet.
still a vet.
All right. So the point I'm really trying to make is
He went there because he knew they was getting good.
Right.
in the last you guys know the point I'm trying to make.
Nigga, no.
Show me a team that didn't either team. Show me a player that either didn't team up with another team in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Show me a team that wasn't constructed to win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you would have to go
It's
all the way
the-
back
the
to the
Detroit
90s
Pistons.
when they were playing real
Anything.
basketball.
Because
No,
players
just
had
the
to learn
Pistons.
how to win. Players
Yeah.
got to learn how to get over the hump, bro.
Yeah.
You got to learn that.
Yeah,
gotta learn
There
that.
hasn't been any final winners who haven't had a perennial
Besides
all-star
Kobe.
or an MVP candidate on their team.
no, you got
Whoa. The Detroit Pistons.
That's what I said.
Nah,
I said
they had Ben
they're the only
Wallace.
teams.
They had that year. They won them. It was like three of them niggas. Four of them niggas was
none of those
all-stars.
players were top 5 players.
But they were like 4 all-stars. It was like
Yeah.
Ben Wallace,
Okay,
Rasheed Wallace.
we get it. I'm not just.
But what we
I'm not
talking
s-
about is
what
a
I'm saying is
super,
that-
like a superstar player on the
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
All right. So
No
they don't
other
have to be superstar
side
players.
of them
but
has-
now they all fucking Hall of Famers.
So if we looked at the Pistons, right? Rasheed Wallace made it to the finals.
Hall of Famer.
Made it to the finals and lost to Kobe. He learned how to win.
With Portland, he lost.
Chauncey, we ain't gonna forget Chauncey Billups was a globetrotter. He went, you know what I'm saying? Chauncey Billups ain't get drafted by the Pistons. He had to learn how to win. Who else was on that team? Ben Wallace. When he get drafted by the Bulls, had to learn how to win. They came together. Rip Hamilton was on the Wizards. He was
Tayshaun
under
Prince.
Jordan. He had to learn how to win. Tayshaun Prince, I think, was the only person that got drafted by the Pistons.
Yeah.
Right? So these players had to come together and use their knowledge to learn how to win. LeBron had to go to Miami to learn how to win, bro. Teams was busting his ass, bro. They was cooking this nigga in the playoffs, bro. He was getting his numbers, but he wasn't getting over the hump. And he was always been a pass first player, so it wasn't that he wasn't dishing out.
But
He had to learn a different piece of heart. To get
whose
that shit.
fault is that? Like, look,
It just
Miami
comes with being a
Heat
man.
you put those Miami Heat teams. Are they not more talented than those Cleveland Cavalier teams?
I'm not so sure, man.
They was. They
See?
had Ray Allen.
That's what I want. I want to
Birdman
call
was
it
a-
out in your
Birdman
mind.
was a top defensive player, bro. Shane Battier was a defensive beast. These players was they were independently in their own right. They were standing on their own in the NBA.
Exactly.
That's
So
a
how's
fact.
he supposed to win against the Spurs with that?
He wasn't.
Exactly.
That's what I'm trying to say. He wasn't supposed to win. So what I'm saying about PG is when I'm talking like this goes back to PG.
PG's
LeBron
supposed to
had to
win with the
learn to
Clippers.
win.
PG
He had to learn.
if you got Kawhi Leonard, you got Montrezl Harrell, you got Lou Will, you got
Why are we putting this on
bunch of
PG
other
as if
but you
Kawhi
got-
Leonard's
you
not the
got a
better player?
team, you got a squad, and
They
you
both ain't
are
shit.
supposed to be Jordan and Pimpin',
Yeah.
and you have your moment to go ahead and get past the niggas that ain't even supposed to be in your league.
Kawhi Leonard
Denver
is
Nuggets,
just better than him.
and you guys lose.
It's a fact.
No,
Who you blame that
He
on?
has to answer.
You
both
blame that on
trash.
PG or the coach? I blame that
Doc
on the coach,
Rivers, I don't
bro.
blame shit
Look.
on Doc Rivers.
Man, you better stop it. You better
I'm
start
not
blaming
blaming
shit on
that on
Doc
Doc.
Rivers.
I'm blaming that
Doc
on
Rivers
E.
ain't win since the Celtics, bro. You better stop that shit.
That's
Yo,
the point, though.
E,
That's
if
the
you
point.
hit the
He
side of
won.
the backboard,
He
is it
won.
your coach's fault? Or
That's
is
on
it
his
your fault?
resume. Them
Shit.
niggas he coaching ain't win shit.
Doc probably ran that play. PG ain't want that play.
Yo, I
PG
ran
is
the play
trash.
for the nigga that hit the side of yo. I'm done.
That's what I'm saying. You see how frustrating it is to argue with niggas
It
that
is.
ain't trying to make no logic.
I ran the play for him to hit the side. Yo,
Well, it's just
Doc
obvious.
ran that
That's
play,
when you
bro.
stop arguing. That's when you just
moving on
understand
to
he has no
football.
sympathy for PG.
Yo, I'm fucking done.
She feeling saucy. I'm feeling sturdy. I got a 4-piece. Up in the 30. They tryna hold me. She like Curry. They feeling salty. I'm feeling sturdy.